Greetings everyone, this is Mythical Daka bringing to you from my library, FTL Faster Than Light. This is an indie game developed by Subset Games. It's available on Steam. It's pretty interesting stuff. I've heard it described as a roguelike-like. It's got a lot of similarities to roguelike games. Most notably, you're probably going to die horribly and repeatedly along the way. You're commanding a ship that's part of the Federation, as you could probably read here, and you need to bring some data that's vital to the Federation. Basically, there's a rebellion going on, and the Federation is losing. So you're given this ship, officially it's known as the Kestrel, and you get this crew. There are other ships that you'll be able to acquire in the game, but you need to unlock them. And this is my crew. Captain Daka, Lieutenant Squick, and Ensign Redshirt. And there are these different subsystems that they have to monitor during your journey. You got to have one person in the bridge at all times piloting the ship, otherwise you can't go anywhere. And then you've got your sensor station here. You got your this controls the doors. This is the sick bay. These don't actually need to be manned. These actually run on their own, along with the O2 system here. But obviously if they're damaged, you tend to lose them. If your sensors go out, then you can't see any rooms that your crew is not in. If the door system goes out, all your doors tend to open up. If your sick bay goes out, then you obviously lose the ability to heal your crew. If your O2 goes out, you lose your oxygen. The other systems that you have to deal with are shields, and they'll run more efficiently if you have somebody manning the shield station. Obviously, if that gets knocked out, you lose this protective layer here. This is the weapon system. If you have someone manning that, I think they recharge more quickly, probably shoot more accurately too. I haven't played in a little bit, so I forget exactly. If that gets knocked out, then obviously you lose your weapons. And then this is your engines over here. If you have someone manning that, then your engines charge up more quickly, give you a better chance of dodging enemy attacks in combat, which I believe the piloting station can also do as well. And then if that gets knocked out, you lose your ability to dodge, and you can't use your faster than light drive. So, I'm going to leave the captain on the bridge. I'm going to have my lieutenant here go and man the shield station. You simply click on your crew member and then right-click on which station you want them to, or which room rather you want them to be in. I'll put you on the engines for now. If the system's damaged, you send your crew members in to repair it, and they'll do that automatically. All your systems can also be upgraded. Like, for example, the shields can be upgraded to get you more shield points. Currently only have one. Engines can be upgraded. And again, you get the little tool tips when you mouse over here. And I think each time you upgrade them, they become a little bit harder to damage, but I'm not completely sure about that. If you upgrade your medical bay, then your crew members heal faster when they're in there. If you upgrade your weapons, then you're able to put on more weapon systems, more powerful weapon systems, stuff like that. And then even these subsystems here can be upgraded. If you upgrade your sensors, you'll be able to see inside each individual room on enemy ships. Piloting, I imagine, gives you more evasion. You can actually upgrade your doors to be blast doors, so that it's harder for enemy troops to get through. So they can actually beam troops onto your ship. And if you just have these regular doors, they just open right up, which you can also open and close manually. If you upgrade to blast doors, it's harder for them to get through. And also you can do stuff like this. You start opening up the doors to vent your ship and starve them of oxygen and kill them. It's pretty interesting stuff. Anyway, so let's get moving here. You click on your little jump and you get this map of the region that you're currently in, and you got to get to the exit. Ideally as fast as you can, because there's going to be a very large rebel fleet coming behind you. So let's jump there. And there's nothing going on in this system, so let's move on. Sometimes you'll see these distress beacons. That's someone looking to get help. That could be someone looking to destroy you. Sometimes they try to lure you in with a distress beacon, lay an ambush. Stores is where you can buy new equipment, more ammunition for, say, your missile launchers or mine layers, or to repair your ship, or even sometimes to acquire new crew members. Well, let's check out the distress beacon because I don't actually have enough cash here to buy anything. A small research station, small laboratory, fire got out of control, threatening to destroy the station. And, yeah, let's try to rescue survivors. And my ship took some damage, I got some scrap, but everybody dies. Okay. So grimdark. Moving on. Alright, small rebel ship docked at a small station. Alright, so now this is where pausing helps, because this is where you're now allowed to power up your weapon systems without necessarily giving the enemy a chance to return fire. And now I gotta wait for my weapons to charge up. They're probably gonna be able to shoot first, I imagine. You have these energy weapons like they're shooting at me. That's actually a beam weapon. And this is a standard laser projectile weapon that you see in so many games. Missiles actually bypass shields. And sometimes they miss. And they've already knocked out my weapon systems. This is not going well. Let's try to knock out their weapons. There we go. Let's put our crew member in here to try to get those weapon systems back up and running again. We could really use that burst laser. Trying to knock out their shields. Alright. Knock out their oxygen. If the oxygen gets knocked out, they pretty much automatically go and start working on the oxygen at the expense of all other systems, because obviously people need to breathe. And that's that. And then they tell you what you pick up. You need to keep track of your fuel, which is over here. If you run out of fuel, it's game over. Drone parts only make a difference if you actually have a drone system, and then the scrap, that's actually your cash. Once the fight is over, your faster than light drive will kick right back on. But otherwise, it charges up over the course of the of a battle, and if it's going badly and it comes back up, you can jump out of the system to safety. Alright, let's try doing here. Storage vessel for military goods. Yeah, let's try. Oh boy, this is actually a very bad idea. It's actually pretty well armed. It's got a little drone there. It's got a missile launcher. It's got a laser. Let's knock out his weapons. Let's try to knock out that drone system. Shields. Now, the problem with drone ships, of course, is that they don't actually have a crew. So the little shoot the oxygen system doesn't exactly work. Alright, that actually gave me a drone system. Alright, so this is where you do your ship upgrades. And let me see here. You do sometimes need to upgrade your reactor too. The more power your reactor has, the more power you'll be able to send to these other systems. I usually like to upgrade my doors so that I have the basic blast doors. And then I'll throw some extra power into the reactor so I can actually run that. Oh, I can actually put more into the engine too doing that. I've got a anti-ship beam drone now. That doesn't actually have a drone control system. It doesn't do him any good. And this is where you put in your weapons. Here's my crew. And I think we're good to go. Some of the backgrounds I think actually look pretty good. Rebel scout an attack approach to a refueling outpost. Yeah, let's intervene. Intruders detected. Well, that's certainly not good. And they're attacking my medical bay. Let's knock out that transporter. And try to take out their O2 system. I'm apparently out of missiles. Well, that's not a good thing. Let's take out their weapon systems. Try to slow down the incoming damage here. If I can keep that O2 system down, they won't put their they won't repair their weapon systems. Because breathing. And there we go. Hey, I got one missile out of the deal. I can use that system again. And the outpost is giving me stuff. Automated rebel scout attacking another outpost. This is a lot of what you end up doing. Sometimes the drone ships don't actually have shields. I think that mostly applies if they're scouts, though. That is actually really well armed. At least he doesn't have a shield system, so I can just keep his weapon systems down as best I can. And these are completely at random. It's a different game every time you play it, just like a roguelike would. So there's a lot of luck involved. Sometimes you come up against absurdly powerful enemies that you have absolutely no prayer defeating. Sometimes you come up against guys that have no prayer defeating you, which is actually nice because then you actually get to pretty much walk away, eat a sandwich, and let your shield engine and piloting skills build up for free, which is nice once those are all on full, and you have all your crew as expert pilots and expert engineers and whatnot. Oh, I've got a burst laser Mark II now. Alright, I don't have enough power to run it, but I have it. Let me see if I can actually upgrade that. I actually have to upgrade my weapons. So that's what you run into. You gotta upgrade your reactor to have enough power to actually run everything else. Alright, so now I got 2 laser systems I can use. And if one of those gets knocked out, I got a missile launcher as a backup, although I've only got 3 shots left out of it. And let's jump to the next sector. These are some choices that you have to make. They affect what kind of enemies that you'll be running into. and sometimes just how hostile the systems are going to be. The NG are another alien race in the game. So let's go down there, because sometimes you wind up with an NG crew member out of the deal. Let's go on to the store. I probably don't have enough money to actually make repairs at the moment, but maybe I can sell stuff. Yeah, I don't have enough to actually... Let's sell that, because I can't use it anyway. There. We're now back at full health. Interesting how that happens, but that's what happens when you have randomly generated maps. And sometimes you just get random messages and there's nothing actually there. There's another store. It would be nice if I actually had more scrap so I could actually buy stuff. They often sell new weapon systems. Sometimes instead of weapons, you can acquire crew members. I don't really have money to get much of anything. I guess I'll just get some fuel. And distress call. Let's see how badly this is going to go. Number of ships fleeing from a small space station. You hail them, asking what's wrong. Giant alien spiders. Well, I'm going to leave them alone, because sending the crew over is probably going to mean that my crew is going to be eaten by giant alien spiders. I found that sending the crew over usually means I lose a crew member. Occasionally means I gain a crew member, but I can't really afford to lose a crew member here. They want to bribe me. 2 missiles, some scrap. I don't think it's really worth it, so I'll try to take these guys on. See what happens. What the heck? Why not? And I've got... Looks like NG. Trying to bust through my... Ooh, they knocked out my sensors. See? Sensors knocked out. I can't see what's going on my ship. Alright, let's try to do something about the weapon systems. 4 missiles, 2 drone spot... blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. I'll send someone to go and fix those sensors. That'll turn out to be a bit more of a fight than I wanted to deal with. Alright. Moving on. Yeah. To the next sector, civilian sectors. There's one completely hostile section in there. No matter which way I go. Alright, let's go that way. Oh no, I'm in a nebula. Great. That's usually not a good thing. Bad things can happen in nebula. Hopefully it's uneventful. I'll take uneventful. Oh, good, I'm out of the nebula. Appears being chased by a pirate. Aid the civilian ship. I think that's actually a Mantis ship, which is actually... Well, it won't be too bad. I was going to say it'll go very poorly if they actually have a transport system on there. Mantis are very good close combat aliens. And if they start beaming on, they'll probably wipe out my crew. Alright, let's take out the O2 system. Let's take out that droid system. And the shields are on fire. Awesome. And I lost one of my guys. Even more awesome. And there's more fire. Another trick to dealing with fire is vent the room. Fire needs oxygen. Yeah, I'm in real trouble now. I have no weapons. My whole ship is pretty much on fire. I got a droid I can't deal with. My other crew member's about to die. Yeah. Oh, now they knocked out my O2 system entirely. There we go. Well, we're toast. So that's faster than light, ladies and gentlemen. Get used to it. And again, like a roguelike, there's no save scumming here. Once you die, that's it. Saving is only so that you can leave the game and come back at a later time. But it's actually pretty addictive, if you ask me. I've got to actually finish the game. I've gotten pretty far into it, but ended up running up against somebody that I just couldn't take down. But yeah, Faster Than Light is available on Steam. I think it's a $15 game. I actually happen to snag mine through a Humble Bundle if you want to check them out. They usually have some pretty good stuff. Maybe this will pop up on there again one of these days. And once again, my name is Mythical Daka, and I will see you next time.